Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Imandrandi, a student of the Faculty of Education majoring in English Education at the State Islamic Institute of Sheikh Abdurrahman Siddiq Bangka Belitung. In this video, I'm going to share lesson plans for English for specific purposes. There are four lesson plans, each focusing on one specific skill, which is will be reading, listening, speaking, and writing. Okay, these lesson plans are designed for the 11th grade vocational high school student majoring in mechanical engineering. The purpose is to prepare them for the internship in foreign automotive factory where English is commonly used. Each lesson plan is for a single session with a duration of 90 minutes. All right, let's start with the first lesson plans, which the topic is about automotive tools and equipment. The objective of this lesson plans will be students will be able to identify, describe, and use automotive tools in and equipment in English. The material will be a picture of automatic tools and equipment, vocabulary handout, whiteboard and markers, and then will be a reading handout. Because this lesson plans is focusing on the reading skill. Okay, on the first, for the first activity will be a warm up around 10 minutes. The activity will be ask students to the name any tools or equipment they have seen in automotive workshop. The purpose is to activate their prior knowledge to trigger them. The procedure is write the tools mentioned by student on the whiteboard. Example, have you ever used a wrench? What it is used for? We're using that example question. And then for the second activity will be a wheels activity. It's around 40 minutes. The activity will be reading comprehension and discussion. And the purpose will be develop reading skills and familiarize student with tool function. Procedure will be distribute a short reading text about automotive tools and their uses. Student read the text individually and underline key tools and their function. Example, a wrench is used to tighten or loosen bolts. A screwdriver drives screws into surfaces. And then student will be answer comprehension question like what is the function of a wrench? What is a jack used? What is the role of torque wrench? And then student will discuss the tools mentioned in the text describing their function using vocabulary from the lesson. Okay, for the last activity will be the post activity. It's around 40 minutes also. The activity will be review reading comprehension. And then the purpose will be reinforce reading skill to ensure understanding of the text. Procedure will be in a group. Student will be making a group and student review their answer to the comprehension question. Each group present their answer and explain the reasoning behind it. And then teacher provide clarification for any misunderstood concept or tools. Include with summary of the text and highlighting the main tools and their uses. For the material will be the picture of automotive tools like this. And then there will be a vocabulary list because they need it, like wrench and the example of the sentence like wrench use a wrench to tighten the bolt, and like hammer, a hammer is needed to drive the nail into the wall like that. And then there will be a reading passage. This is important for them because we're going to review their reading skills. So the topic of the text will be essential tools for automotive work because we are talking about tools, automotive tools. So the text, the reading passage will be have the same topic. Okay, and then there will be a homework and rubric for the assessment. The homework will be they're going to write a short paragraph, which it can be 5 to 7 sentences about the tools they have been used or seen in automotive workshop, and they describe their function and how they are used. Use at least 5 vocabulary words from the lesson. And this is the rubric. As you can see, there are four category, there will be excellent, good, fair, and need improvement. It's going to review the vocabulary usage, grammar, and anything else. Okay, now we're going to the second lesson plans, which is for the listening skill focus. With the topic is vehicle maintenance. The objective will be student will be able to understand and explain basic vehicle maintenance procedures based on audio materials because it's listening. So the material will be a video or a, audio about the vehicle maintenance procedures, vocabulary handout, whiteboard and markers, and listening activity worksheet. Okay, we move to the first activity. Will be a warm up, and it will be around 10 minutes also. The activity will be asked student, what maintenance tasks do you think are important for cars? The purpose is to engage student in thinking about vehicle maintenance tasks. And the procedure is write down student answer on the board. Example, what do you check during an engine service? You're going to answer like, oh, oil change, uh, and the tachometer or something, a gas. So like that, we'll write it down on the whiteboard. And then there will be a wheels activity. It's around 60 minutes. It's longer than the previous lesson plan. The activity will be listening comprehension and discussion. The purpose is to develop listening skill and understand vehicle maintenance procedures. The procedure to do this activity is there will be a listening task. We're going to play an audio or video about a mechanic explaining a routine maintenance task like an oil change, and then student listen carefully and complete a worksheet with a key question such as what is the first step in the process, what tools are needed for the task. They're going to write it down, and then there will be a group discussion. They're going to make a small group, and students compare their answers and clarify the differences. And then there will be a teacher feedback by review the correct answer with the class, and then replay the key parts of the audio if needed to clarify the misunderstanding. And after that, there will be a post activity. It's around 20 minutes. The activity will be review listening comprehension, and the purpose will be reinforce understanding of the idea and ensure clarity of the maintenance procedure. The procedure to do it is uh, student summarize the procedure from the audio in their own words, either verbally or in writing. Groups present their summaries to the class, and the teacher provides feedback focusing on accuracy and use of target vocabulary. The material it will be also a vocabulary list based on the topic like oil change, tire rotation, fluid levels, alternator, and also we're going to give the example of the sentence to use that word to use that vocabulary. And then there will be a homework also, but before that there will be a listening activity worksheet. There will be a two part. First is fill in the blank, and the second is true or false. They're going to listen the sentence and fill in the blank with the correct vocabulary word. They're going to and then they'll to the following statement. After listening, mark each statement as true or false, like that. Okay, after that, there will be a homework for them. It's also write a short paragraph, 5 to 7 sentences, but the topic is about a vehicle maintenance task that they learned today and describe the step and tools needed. At least five vocabulary word for the lesson. It is quite the same from the previous lesson plan. And for the rubric, it's quite the same. There will be a four category. There will be excellent, good, fair, and need improvement for the vocabulary usage, grammar, and anything else. Okay, we're going to the third lesson plans, which is for the speaking skills. The topic will be automotive safety. For this lesson plan, the objective student will be able to explain and discuss basic automotive safety procedures in English through guided speaking activity. The methods will be a safety poster and sign, dialogue text, and whiteboard and markers. Because it's speaking, we need a dialogue text. Okay. For the warm up, there will be also 10 minutes. We're going to ask student why is safety important in the workshop. The purpose is to engage student in thinking about the safety issues. The procedure will be the tutor facilitate a short discussion, encouraging students to express their thought about safety in the workshop, and then write key points and student contribution on the board. After that, we're going to the wheels activity. It's around 60 minutes. A student will be practice explaining safety procedure in pairs. So we're going to talk to each other, and then the purpose it will be develop their speaking fluency and confidence during the target vocabulary. The procedures will be there will be a pair and group presentation. On a pair activity, there one student explain safety measures. Example like wear safety goggles, while the other ask question why are goggles important. And then they're going to use the following dialogue text as a guide practice, and there will be another slide for the dialogue text. The group presentation will be each pair present 2 or 3 safety items to the class and answer questions from peers. Okay. But next to the post activity, there will be around 20 minutes. Now we're going to review speaking practice and vocabulary usage. The purpose is to ensure students can articulate safety procedures accurately. The procedure will be students summarize one safety procedure they practice during the role play. Volunteers present their summaries to the class, and the tutor provides feedback on vocabulary usage, pronunciation, and clarity. Okay, for the material will be a vocabulary list. We the connected to the topic like personal protective equipment or PPE, fire extinguisher, and first aid kit, safety goggles, work gloves, and hazardous materials. And also, we're going to provide the example of the sentence, how to use it, and then there will be a safety sign like this, and we're going to ask them and explain what is the meaning of each safety sign, and then there will be a dialect text for their uh, to train them to practice their speaking. There will be a conversation between mechanic and a new worker, and then we move to the homework and the rubric. The homework will be because this is speaking, so we need them to record a short video around 2 minutes, explaining the importance of safety in automotive workshop. Use at least 5 vocabulary words from the lesson and from the rubric. So like this, we're going to assess their vocabulary usage, pronunciation, accuracy, and anything else. There will be a criteria category of excellent, good, fair, and needs improvement. Okay, we move to the writing lesson plans. On the writing lesson plan, the topic will be automated tools and equipment. The objective will be the student will be able to write simple troubleshooting steps for common vehicle problems using basic vocabulary and structured sentence. The material will be a diagram of vehicle component and whiteboard and markers. Okay, for the activity, the first will be a warm up. Also, for 10 minutes, we're going to ask the student the name, any tools or equipment they have seen in automotive workshop, and the purpose will be activate their prior knowledge to trigger them. The procedure will be write the tools mentioned by student on the board. Example, we ask them, have you ever used a branch? What is used for? Like that. It's quite the same from the first lesson plan. And then there will be a wheels activity for 60 minutes. We're going to guided writing for troubleshooting step. The procedure will be we guide the student in writing troubleshooting step for vehicle problems. The procedure will be first we're going to write a sample of troubleshooting guide as a class for a problem. Example, the problem will be a flat tire. The cause will be sharp object on the road, and the solution will be replace the tire with a pair. And then assign each student a specific problem. Example like engine failure, overheating, or something, or gym. And then ask them to write their own troubleshooting guide, how they are solve the problem. And using the structure will be the problem, cause, and the solution. And then we're going to monitor and assist students as they work independently. And then we're going to the post activity for around 20 minutes. And the activity will be peer review and feedback. And the purpose will be allow students to learn from each other and improve their writing. The procedure will be pair student and ask them to exchange their guide. Each student review their partner's guide and provide suggestion for improvement. And then they're going to volunteers read their guide aloud, and the teacher provide additional feedback. Okay, not just we're going to they're going to write it down, but they're going to also to read it. So for each lesson plans, we're not just focusing on each skill. Maybe we are focusing on maybe writing, but we're also going to assess their reading, their speaking, and their reading, writing, speaking, and other skills. Not just only focusing on that one skill, because all the skills are connected to each other for their improvement. Okay. Next, for the materials, there will be a diagram like this of a vehicle components. They're going to explain it. They're going to write it down and going to write down their opinion about what is it used for, what is the name of the other part, and then what is the solution if this part have a problem. This is the diagram, look like this. Okay, and then there will be also a vocabulary list like engine failure, overheating, flat tire, and also the example of the sentence. And for the end will be a homework and a rubric. Uh, and the homework will be revise and rewrite the troubleshooting guide written in class. Ensure correct vocabulary usage and submit in the next lesson. This is the rubric. It's quite the same. Oh, we're going to assess their vocabulary, grammar, and yeah. And then there will be a four category. Will be excellent, good, fair, and need improvement. So that's an example of the lesson plans I've created for English for specific purposes. Hopefully, it can serve as a guide for you in designing your own lesson plans. If you need the files in a Word format, you can access them through the link provided in the description. That's all from me. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.